We have a treasure here. Leopard versus Pigman. We love Leopard. Dwarves versus Kislev. Two underpowered factions. Desperately in need of buffs. Going at each other. A battle of the D tiers. Garbage factions, ladies and gentlemen. Just garbage. Alright. For the dwarves, we have some slayers. Some of the new slayer pirates, miners with blasting charges, dwarf warriors, rangers scattered throughout. We have one unit of the doom seekers, armor-piercing anti-infantry slayers. And then some more of the same on the top side. Do have one gyrocopter, the armor-piercing ammunition, and Thoric Ironbrow on foot, with Rune of Wrath and Ruin and the Rune of Slowness. On the other side for Kislev, we have some things in the woods. They have been nerfed many times, mostly in the cost department, but still effective versus dwarves. Armor-piercing anti-infantry is quite good. Spirit Bear from Mother Ostankia, who is here. It should bring that cauldron thing, the cursed cauldron. Could be fun. Armored Kossars and regular Kossars across the front lines. A pretty standard Kislev build with some Griffin Legions in the back. Trying to offer a bit of cav support. Things in the woods charge back into Dwarf Warriors. And on the charge, they do a lot of damage. 46 charge bonus, armor-piercing anti-infantry. All the good stuff. We'll see what the dwarves can do. Elsewhere, there are Doom Seekers, and those guys are going to cleave through the front line of armored Kossars. They don't give a single shit. If the miners get out of their way, that would actually be super helpful for the Doom Seekers to get through that front line. Griffin Legion fighting with Slayer Pirates. Take quite a bit of damage, as these are Slayers we're talking about, but still should be okay. And is that the Cauldron? I know it came out in the Shadows of Change 2.0, but I've like literally never seen this thing in a game, so now I'm just curious what it does. Okay. That's pretty cool. Cool animation. The Slayers, you can see they're not really in the area of effect, so it's not going to do that much damage because they're not actually there, but I understand it. It was neat. Doom Seekers, unfettered by having miners in their way. They are now slapping the armored Kossars. Do have their Buyer Blood popped, but its duration did get nerfed in this last patch, so they break a little bit quicker. Now the Kossars are under threat, as miners are closing in on the backside, and regular Slayers are just running around. Looks like they're looking for Griffin Legions at the moment. Okay. Griffin Legion trading with Slayer Pirates is pretty bad for the Griffin Legion at this point. You've lost almost a 1,200 gold cav to kill one 750 gold Slayer unit. It's a bit rough. On the top side, the dwarves are winning. They've taken some decent damage, but they are winning. Still have Kossars and armored Kossars to contest them a little bit. The center fight is also going to the dwarves. Mother Ostankia trying to turn this around by rolling through them. Chariots and all. What is that? Spirit Bear? Can cast the Doom Seekers? It's not going to do that much damage, I suspect. Look how spread out they are over the battlefield. Yeah, she ended up not even casting it, though. That would be a good place for a Cauldron, is right here in all these dwarves. Could be kind of nuts. Kislev is rolling up from the south side. They're winning that. There's the Spirit Bear. Onto a clump of dwarves. Pretty good damage for an infinite cast. Magic Missile. She's going to try and roll away once more. Griffin Legion and Kossars trying to hold, but looks like they're just going to abandon that fight. Kislev winning the south side, trying to roll up this way with their advantage. Dwarves winning the north side and the center. Going to try and hold it together. And Kislev is trying to pick off one fight before the others come crashing down. Because if the dwarves all group up, then they probably don't have the metal to kill them all at this point. Mother Ostankia fighting back. Some really cool animations. Let's see if it's enough. I only saw one Cauldron out of her, so I don't know if she's even cast another one throughout the course of this game. Griffin Legion rolling around. Still have one Kossar out here, though. It is getting shot by Rangers on the side. The bounce power is 50-50. I'm a little more suspect. Unless we get a nasty Cauldron out of her that kills a whole bunch of dwarves, I just see, like, a lot of dwarves left. Full health Thoric, and then an uncontested Gyrocopter versus a full health Mother Ostankia. But then what? Half health Griffin Legion? It's pretty whatever. These guys get a downhill charge. There's a Cauldron. I'm gonna go check that out. Fuck the Griffin Legion. I don't care. cauldron. Dwarves are mostly getting out of it. Even the ones that are in the circle aren't taking that much damage, to be honest. So a little meh. A little meh for me. Thoric and the Doomseeker is going to be fine. So some Dwarf Warriors. Gyrocopter's trying to chase off things in the woods. Back to the Griffin Legion. Griffin Legion Armored Cossars cleaning up some Rangers in the back line. Gyro's the last of their missiles. Probably want to go shoot the Griffin Legion. Just take them out and then get Mother Ostankia in the late game to have to try and deal with all these Doomseekers and Thoric on her own, which she won't be able to. Because she has pretty insane missile resistance, right? Oh, 15%. She maybe didn't take her Crown of Claws buff or whatever. I don't know. I swear she used to be able to get like 55% missile resistance. Another Spirit Bears out on the Doomseekers, but they dodge it. They're fast little dwarves. Master Rune of Slowness trying to slow down the Griffin Legion. They're down to 30 speed as the Slayers are chasing after them with 40s. Slayers actually should be able to catch them, and there they go. As we still get Gyrocopter covering fire over the top. That should be a lot of the Griffin Legion dying off. They still have 20 seconds left this slow, so it's not like they're going anywhere particularly fast. Take that, Griffin Legion. Mother Ostankia rolling through some random dwarves in the meantime. Kislev is still getting mopped up around the map slowly but surely. Bounce power is turning in favor of the dwarves. Griffin Legion's Fire Blood is popped. The slow is worn off. Maybe they can get out of here now, but we still have some Rangers firing in on them. They're down to 650 HP, closer to 600 as the Gyrocopter's firing. The Gyrocopters still have 20 ammunition, actually. That's nothing to sneeze at. They could finish the Griffin Legion and then even start poking Mother Ostankia. For her credit, she only has 6 ammunition left. She's killed 182 dwarves. Decent little damage. That Cauldron spell of hers was a little underwhelming. And Hazel's here. Hi, Hazel. Mama O chasing down miners. So they try and catch up to Cossars, though they're a little too slow to do that. Instead, we'll just get charged in the rear by her. As the sides group up, I'm going to ×2 speed just for a little bit as the dwarves get their shit back together. Gyrocopters poke at Mother O. Oh, wow, she's actually committing to this fight. I thought she was going to roll away. Once again, dealing with some miners. The Gyrocopters hover ominously above. Thoric is still full HP. And some Cossars are trying to peel off miners so that they can continue retreating the other direction. Doomseeker's trying to rejoin the fight. Slayer Pirate's trying to rejoin the fight. Rune of Wrath and Ruin does pretty darn good damage to those Cossars. Almost gets them to pop their Fire Blood. But it's looking over for the forces of Kislev. Almost said for the dwarves, which is the exact opposite of what's going on. Yeah. Fire Blood pops. Mother Ostankia's going to rear charge Thoric. Get a little bit of damage down. But he would beat her in a stand-up fight. Just a bit thicker. Another Cauldron out from Mother Ostankia, but the dwarves are going to deftly dodge it. Just get out of the range. These miners might take a little bit of damage, then they'll be just fine. And the Gyrocopters roll over to use their bombs, it looks like. Wow, insult to injury, just using bombs on these guys that are already doomed. Spirit Bear is out. Fire Blood is popped by Mother Ostankia, which means Army Losses has hit, and we're just waiting for it to really take effect. And that is going to be GG for the Durfs. Slayer Pirates and Slayers did fine. Doomseekers did fine. Gyrocopters did very well. Rangers struggled a bit more, but the Dwarf Warriors with great weapons and basic Dwarf Warriors did well. For Pigman, Mother Ostankia did okay. Her Cauldron spell was a little underwhelming. It looks cool. Looks cool as hell, but it's just kind of underwhelming. Things in the Woods did okay. Armored Cossars and regular Cossars, fine. GG. Roar. Subscribe, yes, yes.